we are of a certain age, so we played already game 20 years ago at least, and we miss these really, really retro games. And as it happens, a lot of them has been remastered or rebooted. All right,
I
all
don't know if
good.
there's an issue with the stream, but the videos keep going off
Uh,
for
that, that
myself and
I
Antoine.
I think I know why that is, and it shouldn't happen again. So. Do you guys know Black Mesa? You do. You just don't know you know it. Black Mesa was actually originally a fan remake of Half-Life. You guys know Half-Life, right?
Never played. Wasn't it an Xbox
What?
game?
I
Half-Life?
played the first one.
It was a PC game
Yeah.
originally, and then it came to Xbox. It's the game that Team Fortress was kind of based on, as far as the code and whatnot. But this one was interesting because it was originally, like I said, it was made by fans, and so these people just came together, built all the assets, and basically just redid the entire game and updated it. And then, yeah, I guess Valve was cool with it. They were like, all right, sure. I mean, you're going to release it on Steam anyway. That's our platform. We don't have to do any work, and we get all the money. Sure, go ahead and have fun. And they did it, and it worked out being really well done and worked out great. So I think this is kind of an interesting thing that having the idea of fans doing remakes, and that's one thing that I've noticed a lot of times people say is kind of a funny thing where if you look at, say, Metroid Zero Mission, and there was another, I don't remember what it was called, but there was a fan made version of the original Metroid, but it was done in the Super Metroid style, and people loved it. It was super popular. People really liked it, but then Nintendo basically came out and said, "Nope, this is not cool. We're going to, you cease and desist. You cannot release this game," and because that's what Nintendo does. But apparently, a lot of people actually liked that one, and some people even liked it more than the than Zero Mission, or what was it? There was a recent one on, I don't remember which one it was, but there was a recent Metroid that was a remake of an original one. I think it was Metroid 2. And again, people like the fan version more than the official Nintendo version. So it's kind of interesting that a lot of times, when these big companies remake even their own games, they're coming at it from a position of how can I profit? I'm going to release this. It's going to make a ton of money, and but then when you get the fan made, they're not thinking money. They're thinking like, I'm copying somebody else's game. I'm never going to make a dime on this. So it's an entirely a passion project, and in a way, those end up being a lot better because they're not sitting there thinking about the financial gain or that sort of thing. So I always thought that was kind of interesting. I haven't played this one. I would love to play it, but we'll see. That might have to be sometime in the future. I'll have to check it out. And I'm not sure if it's finished because I remember for a long time it was in an unfinished state, and I think you could even play it in an unfinished state. So I don't know if it's this. For example, this trailer is from the 1.0 trailer, so I don't know. But yeah, Phil, did you ever?
I think fan made stuff makes a lot of sense for the same similar reasons, and not just the profitability, but I think fans tend to get invested more in the game. I know it's hard to say that, but at the end of the day, like the developer has one image, but that's from the small amount of people probably sat around the table coming up with that creative idea of where they want to go. But the collective conscious memory of the characters and where the people want it to go, it often conflicts, and you'll see that in so many games where you're just like, why is the story gone that way, or what is this ridiculousness? And I think you're right in some ways. Often that is linked to profitability, and they're marketing it for certain reasons or where they can go rather than what we would enjoy or what we want. I played the original one and I kind of enjoyed it. I don't think I completed it. I Now that I've got a laptop and I'm starting to get into computer gaming, maybe that's something that I might give a try when it's
Yeah,
out, I guess.
yeah, I think.
Does it have a price?
I'm sure it does. I don't think it's free. It should be on Steam. I don't know what the price is, but yeah, I think a lot of times with the fans too, I think this is kind of like what we see at Star Trek conventions, you know, where a fan comes up and they're like excuse me, you know, and they're like correcting things or asking questions, and the people that are starring in it or the writers are kind of like, I don't remember that at all, you know. But like for the fans, like they take it so seriously. So I think in some ways, and then plus, I mean, when you have a fan-made project, a lot of times it's not usually just made by one person. It's usually a group, and they all have they all have the kind of these different perspectives on it, and they all liked certain different things. So I think you can kind of get a little more specialized in certain areas. And I think also with the fans, usually it's more about capturing the feel of the game to them rather than capturing the look or the image of the game.
And you can make sure that everything's really well thought out. When you've got a small group of people, you can make oversights or make mistakes or catch things that don't make sense. And as a large amount of players, you can say, what's the motivation for that character choosing to take that decision? Is that going to ruin the plot for somebody who's playing it, and all of a sudden the shy, teary-eyed, lead character is going to just mow down a whole load of people and go on a killing spree? And you're just like, what? I don't understand why all of a sudden this has just changed. So, and there are certain games where I've been, playing something, all of a sudden I take a decision in the main storyline that you're forced to, and I'm just like, what? Why am I doing this? This is completely against everything I've stood for the whole bloody game. So
that's an excellent transition into, I'm going to pick the next one.